Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tuts, and today we're going to be playing around with this graphical layout of our new app, and we're going to open it up into our new Android virtual device that we have already booted up. And if you haven't booted this up, please go to your Android virtual device manager, select yours, and click Start, because it will take a little while for it to boot up. So I got mine already. Okay, so this is actually, if your file up top here says activity main, this is what you're going to see. In fact, when you create an app, this is what they're going to show you automatically. If you don't see this, click on your folder that should be over here in your package explorer, and then you're going to go to res, and then layout, and it's going to be activity main right here. So if this gets closed, you can always double click this and open it again here. And go away, Apple. Okay. So this is your main layout right now. This is your main activity layout. In fact, everything in this res folder are things you're going to be looking at or hearing. There's going to be all your images, layouts, your audio, that kind of stuff. So this is where your resources go. So naturally, this is where your layout files would go. And this is an XML file. If you see down here, we have the graphical layout tabs or the XML. So this is actually tabbing back and forth. This is the same document. If we make a change on the XML, it's going to make a change on this graphical editor. In the next video, we're going to go over some of the XML stuff and just a brief introduction about how we can work with the XML. And that way you can get a little bit more comfortable there. Because to be honest, a lot of times it's really just easier to work with the XML, but this is cool too. There's all sorts of great stuff. So I'm actually going to click this Hello World text and I'm going to delete it. I'm just going to hit delete and it's gone. Next, if you look over here in your palette, you'll see there's some different things here. We have a text view, large, medium, we have buttons, we have spinners, we have all sorts of stuff. And you can actually, for the most part, just click and drag and drop these onto your app. So let's actually click and drag a text view. You notice as I'm dragging it, there's these green arrows, and this is going to show you where to put it. If we get too close to the middle, it's going to want to snap to the middle. Likewise, if we get too close to the middle horizontally, it's going to snap to the middle too. Well, what happens if we just throw it here? But now we decide this is a terrible spot. We want it to be in the middle. Well, there's these buttons up here. We can say center middle and then center middle. Okay, cool, perfect. Well, now this is text view. We want this to say something else. If we click right click and then select edit text, you'll be able to change this text from text view to anything you'd like. So we're just going to have, any sort of text that you would want to put in here. I'm saying hello to myself, hello Level Up Tuts, and I'm going to grab something else. I'm going to grab this button, and this button's not going to do anything yet, but it's going to be cool to have around. So I'm going to keep this centered, but I'm going to place it just below the text here, button, and I didn't mean to click that. And I'm going to right click this and select edit text. I'm going to say press me. Cool. So this is a press me button right here. And you'll notice that there's a little, maybe it's like an exclamation point within a triangle. If you go down here to the problems tab and we click this, you'll see that there's two warnings. And right now it's going to complain to us that these strings are hard-coded. I'm going to go over what that means. Basically, we're hard-coding these strings into the XML, which is not a practice that is considered a best practice. So what's good about this is that this Android linter is going to tell you exactly things that aren't best practices. And it's better to just fix these things when you can rather than let them pile up. So we're going to go over that as well, but for right now, don't worry about it. So now we have our fantastic app that says Hello Level Up Tuts and a push me button. Let's get this thing running in an Android virtual device. So if I click this play button right here, this is going to run the main activity. If you click the little arrow next to it, you can see run as an Android application. So first, you see this little asterisk up here that means you need to save it. So I'm going to Command S, I'm going to save this, and now I'm going to click this play button right here, which is going to run this main activity. And by default, it knows this is an Android app, so it's going to try to run it in my emulator. And so if you see down here, it says it's launching Level Up Tuts. It's at 100%. It says, would you like ADT to automatically monitor Logcat output messages? Yes, I would. Sure. I want to have Logcat monitor my errors. So I'm going to click OK. And it looks like there's some stuff here we're just going to ignore. For now, we're going to ignore anything in logcat. We'll go over that later. But if we control over to our emulator, we click into it, you can see our app is up here. And you'll notice there's this button. You can't click on the text, but if you click on this button, it's going to have a button press state just like an app would if you were running it on your OS. So it's really cool. We have our first Android app here. It's not doing anything fancy. It just says hello level up tuts. It has a button you can push that does nothing, but I encourage you to push it 1,000 times anyways. And it's pretty cool. So in the next lesson, we're going to go over editing the XML directly, but it's not going to be a total in-depth, complete covering of the XML because there's lots of stuff there, and we'll get to it in time. So, as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tuts. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment in the video, or hit us up at Level Up Tuts on Twitter, and just let us know what you're thinking. Thanks. Bye.